Hello, welcome back to another session by Digital Titans where we would be talking about the new display planner interface that Google has launched. With a lot of changes to the AdWords interface, we have seen that Google has sunset the display planner that was available in the old interface. And now we have seen that there is a different way to create a display campaign altogether, and I would be taking you through the process of doing that. Now, I'm pretty sure that all of you have already migrated to the new interface, and we don't see a display planner anymore, but instead, a lot of features have been included in the new interface while you're trying to create a display campaign, where you can add your display keywords or placements or any other targeting method that you have. Now, in this session, I will be taking you through the process of creating a display campaign. Along with that, I would also be showing you how to create display ads from the Google interface and using another tool called Canva as well. Now, let's dive in without any wait and let's see how we do that. So first things first, let's log into the AdWords account. And while we're trying to log into the AdWords account, you know what to do. Just put in your username and password. And once you're logged into the AdWords interface, you would need to choose the kind of campaign that you would want to create. In this case, it would be a display campaign, as I have told you. Now, let's wait for the page to load. And once it loads, we can start creating the display campaign. All right, so now this is the interface, and let's jump into campaigns. This is exactly where I would go ahead and create new campaign. Now you create a display campaign by clicking on the plus, new campaign. And these are all the goals that we have, but since we're doing it for the first time, let's not select any goal, select the display. Let's start off with a standard display campaign, put in a URL. In this case, I'm just going to do a www.amazon.com. Now let's assume that Amazon is our website. Now let's just say amazon.com and say continue. Once you do that, it will take you to the campaign settings where you would have to put in your settings. Now just have a name of a campaign. It could be anything, let's say display. And you would choose your locations after that. Now I'm just going to choose United States. Now it could be anything, I'm just showing it for demonstration. So let's just say United States, scroll down, language, and put in, let's say I'm going to bid for clicks. Now manual bidding, and let's scroll down to see the budget that we have. Let's say 100 is the budget that I'm okay with. Now this is where you create a new ad group. Now let's just name an ad group that we have. Let's just say, if I want to deal with shoes, let's say shoes will be my ad group, and this is exactly where you decide the audiences. Now in the audiences you choose, there are a lot of things where you can target your interest based on shoppers. Now let's say I'm going to target people who are interested in shopping, and let's say shopaholics is something that I would want to target. But shopaholics could mean anything general. Now I am dealing with shoes, so I really want to be very specific in targeting a category who are interested in, let's say, footwear or shoes. Now this is where I scroll down, I come to the interest section, and let me say if they're interested in shoes. Now I create that. If you want to get an estimate of how many people would fall into this bucket of interested in shoes, it will show you a rough estimate with United States being the location. Now footwear, apparel, shopping are the relevant categories. Now let's say I will also say footwear as another interest. Now let's see how that changes the statistics. Let me reload. There you go. Now, if you want to look at the demographics of people, the age group, their gender, their status, let's create this audiences. Now, this is one way of targeting a display campaign. Scroll down. And if you want to look at the demographics, so if you want to target people based upon their gender, age, parental status, and income, you can select any of these here. Now, automated targeting, and you have keywords and placements. Now, if I want to look at targeting a set of websites, now I need to give a relevant category of what websites I'm interested in. So let's say footwear or sports shoes to be specific. Now when I do that, it will show me a list of all websites. 515 is the number of websites. Now some of them can be extremely relevant and some of them may not be relevant. So just start off by selecting any of the websites if you're interested, but do an analysis of those websites. Just copy the website, load the website, and see what it is talking about. And if you think it's relevant, add them. You can just go on, look at all the 515 websites just to get the best of the websites where your ad would benefit by showing on those websites. Now there is an alternate way that I would want to show to easily analyze these things. So let me copy all the websites that I think are relevant. When you select these websites, they would appear on the right hand side. Now it's kind of tricky to analyze all the websites from this screen by copy pasting the URL. So I would show you how to do that using a Google spreadsheet. So let's copy all these things. Now if you want more, you can also load more and load all the websites. Now let me log into my Google Sheets like a spreadsheet. So I create a new sheet. Copy all the listings. Now they are in a very weird format. Now I would have to edit this format. Now let me try and see what all these columns contain, all the rows contain. Now I see the traffic, I see URLs, I see some other fields like checkbox outline. Now let me see if I can paste it in another format. I'm thinking I can sort these on the basis of this column so that it brings up things which are not related or which doesn't matter to me at this point in time, and then I can delete them. So let me see if I can scroll these things. All right, so let's sort it and bring anything that's not relevant to the top. Let me sort it. All right, so now I don't need all these fields at this point in time. So let me quickly go ahead and remove them because I'm only interested in looking at the URLs at this point in time. Let me select from where do I not need these. Okay, I don't need these columns, so let me select these and I just delete them and I'll move the others to the top. Delete them, move everything else onto the top. All right, now these are the final list of websites that I have. Now I could go ahead and remove all the ones which are not related, like these multiple locations, and I can edit them properly. And I will only look at the websites that I have now, just me and my runningshoes.com. And I would go to each of these URLs to analyze and add them here once I have the final list of websites ready. Now, if you want to look at another format of targeting only the YouTube videos or YouTube channels which are interested in shoes, now let me say, or footwear, let me say footwear or shoes, whatever you feel like. Now, this will show me a list of all the YouTube channels which Google thinks are relevant to be showing your ads upon. If you want specific YouTube videos, you can do that. If you want to add multiple placements, you can copy paste all these placements from the Google Sheet that you have. And you can add all these. Now these are analyzed. You have analyzed these placements, and if you find these to be relevant, come here and add all these placements and add all the 12 placements. Now these would be the websites where your ads would show upon. Now if you want to add keywords about things which are relevant to footwear, now let's create a list of keywords. So create now. Now let's name the audience anything that would make it easy. Let's say footwear or footwear would be the name of the audience. Now you have to put in a relevant set of keywords or the URLs for Google to come up with relevant keywords. So I've just put in footwear. Now these are all the keywords that Google thinks are relevant that I should include in my display campaign. So I add all of these keywords. If you want to look at the audience size now, it's reduced because you have narrowed it down. Scroll down and see if you can do anything else. Now I need to have I'll leave the conservative automation because that's where I want. Now, if you want it to be aggressive, where if you want to get as many customers as possible for your current cost, now that would be my ad group bid. Now, this is where I can create an AdWords display ad. Now, I create an ad, and if you scroll down to see, this is the ad format where you have to put in a headline. Now, let's take a couple of seconds and put these headlines. Now, if you see, I'm putting all the first letters of each word in capitals because that's the suggested format, and it visually looks a little better if you do that. Now, let's say buy footwear or discount. Now, this is a long headline where I can put 90 characters of text. What do I say? Now, let's say wide collection. Now, let's remove the caps. Wide collection. You could use things like COD available. Now you could also use like great collection, great discounts, now anything that would make your business look good. Now you could also say that imported collection if you deal with anything. Now here I'm going to say for women, men and kids. Now I have 54 characters. Now you can leave this, but it looks incomplete because you still have the character limit. So try and exhaust all the characters that you have, character limit that you have here. I'm going to say hundreds of satisfied customers. Right. Now I can put in 3. Now this would exceed the limit, so I'll remove this. And in the description, if you observe, you have another 90 characters that you have. Now you could fill up these with additional good things about your business. Now let me say, ever heard of a 40% discount? Assuming 40% is a discount that Amazon is selling shoes for. Of a 40% discount, let me move off a discount. And then say it is all yours now. Check out the new collection. Now here I would also include a call to action phrase. Let's hurry now, or hurry up, or call now, or visit now. Now let me name the name of a business. I'm just going to say Amazon. That's the URL. If you want any tracking parameters, you can put them here. Since I don't have any, I'm just going to say add to ad group. Now I've created the ad text, but I have not created the images. So I put in my URL, and Google automatically scans the website, which is Amazon, and comes up with some of the pictures from the URL that I've given. Now, ideally, I should be giving an Amazon footwear related direct URL, but I'm just using this as a demonstration. So now the tricky part with creating ads like this is the images do not match the exact size. So Google wanted you to come up with 2 images, but you only have come up with 1 image because you couldn't find another image for that size. So let me go back to the ad assets and see if I can put in any size. I can put this image, but it is not related to shoes, so it wouldn't make relevant. It wouldn't seem very relevant, but I'm just using it for demonstration. So I'm just going to save. Now this is how my completed ad would look like on mobiles and desktops. This is a mobile. Now this is how it would seem on YouTube. This is how my ad would seem on Gmail, right? And this is how it would seem on mobile, and this is how it would seem on a desktop. Now, though I have created this ad, it is still limited because I just could not find images which are very, very appropriate. I just have to do with what I was able to find. Now, to counter that, there is another way you can create images. Now, I'm just finishing this campaign. I've finished the campaign. Now, if you also know that you can also create images that you think are relevant and you think are more suitable and you think are very visually appealing by using another tool called canva.com. Let's go to Canva. I'm just going to log in. And you can just go to Google display ad sizes just to see what kind of ad sizes Google supports. And let's pick one as an example. Let's say 728 by 90 is something that I want to create. So I go to Canva, create a custom dimension image, which is 728 by 90. Right, so let's say 728 would be the width and 90 will be the height. It will give you a template or a canvas that you can build your ad upon. Now I'm just going to do with whatever I have. I'll just go ahead and say, if I have any suitable images, let me pick one that I have. If I don't find any, these are t-shirts, so I don't want these. Let me see if I have any related shoes images, which I don't. I can always go back to the inventory and see if I have anything related to shoes. Let me delete this. All right, so let me use this for the time being. Since I'm talking about women, men, and kids, let me use this as one of the images. Let me use this as another image. Right, and I need to put in some text now. So I remember there was something which was related to a percentage, which was very good. So let me scroll and see if I find that text format. These are all predefined elements, so it makes it easy for me. So I'll just click on the 35% thing. Let me make it 40% off because that's what I mentioned in the ad. So let me say 40% off. Now, if you want to add additional text, you can do that. But since I'm just running out of time, let me remove this and align it properly. All right. Now, just to make it, now this looks too empty. So let me see if I can add another image just to make it a little. Now make sure you include relevant images. And I always kind of urge everybody to use the free ones because it doesn't make any sense to pay for images and things like that. So I'll just use the free inventory available. Now I'll have to see if there is an Amazon logo somewhere, which I doubt. Let me just do an Amazon.com logo. Now this is all bringing up the Amazon forest and Amazon related things, but nothing which is the logo as such. So since I'm not finding it, I would have to go to Google and figure out an image. So let me get the logo of Amazon. Amazon logo. I have something, so let me just use this as the logo. I'm just copying it. Now, ideally, you can always take a screenshot from the Amazon website. That's also fine. Now, I'm just using this only for demonstration. I don't encourage you to rip off images from other websites, which is, it could get very tricky. Now, I'm just using it as the logo. Now, let me click on that. All right, now place it appropriately. Done. Now, if you want to add any more text to make it more customizable to the images, now to the users, now let me add. Hurry now. You could also use a button if you want, just to make it seem like a clickable entity, so that people know that they can click on this. Limited offer. I can reduce the font. All right, now align this. That's it. Let me download the PNG. Now, once the image is downloaded, I can directly upload it into my AdWords account. So saved. So let me go to my AdWords account. Create a new ad, or now I'm trying to create a new ad group. Let me call this sports shoes, maybe, or just say discount shoes, because that's what I'm trying to highlight. Now you can use, now this is how you upload an ad. So I'm trying to upload an ad, and that's it. I tried to, oh, this doesn't work. So let me go back. Now I'm trying to create another ad group and make it sound very specific that it is going to be a discounted shoe. I create another ad group, name it, let's say, discounted shoes. I can choose any. I have to choose an audience for this ad group, but I'm not. I'm just skipping this step because I've already done it. So scroll down and see if you have anything else that you need to do here. Maybe I should give the AdWords bid, or the ad group bid for this specific ad group. And I'll just say upload the display ad. Now the ad can be uploaded because I've already downloaded it from the Canva. So let me search for it. Where did it go? There we go, 40% off. So I'll just upload this ad. Create ad group, or just add it. Now there's an error. Now we need to put in Amazon.com because there's a new ad group. You can also add this to the same ad group that we have created in the past. Now if you want to create a new ad, you can do that. Now that's my bid, which is 10. Now let's say create the ad group. That's it. Now this is how you would create a display campaign without display planner, because there is no display planner in the new AdWords interface. Now I've shown you how to upload it versus creating your own ad using the AdWords interface. Now when you click on this ad and look at the ads in that, now this is a preview. When you click on that, this is how it looks like for people. You can always make a GIF, you can always make an animated ad, you can do a flash animation and things like that. Hope you've enjoyed this session. Thank you so much, and enjoy creating a display campaign. Thanks. And if you like the video, you know what to do. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please follow my new website, which is revamped at www.titans.digital. And if you want to refer to the blog, that's blog.titans.digital. Thank you so much. Spread the love. See you soon. Thanks.